Okay.
You are tuned in to What Up Baltimore online radio. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this channel are of the host and not of Lady J Media. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What Up Baltimore TV. And if you really don't want to miss any of the shows, hit that notification bell and you'll get a message every time we come on. Now, we got it from here, so sit back, relax, and stay tuned.
Let's talk about controversy, headlines and hypocrisy, scandals that shock and dismay, keep the wheels spinning, turning no page. Let's talk about controversy, headlines and hypocrisy, scandals that shock and dismay, keep the wheels spinning, turning no page. Let's talk about ready, get set, y'all, here we go. Pretty
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spitfire Poetry Shutdown. I am your host, John Hansboro. Today is February the 11th, 2026. I hope everyone is having a wonderful night, a wonderful week so far. We're finally starting to get dug out of all of this damn snow. This has really been a pain in the ass, man. The city's been moving really different because of this snow, but we're getting through it. I hope everyone is safe out there, doing what they got to do, being safe, being vigilant. You want to be blessed, like I said, you must bless somebody else. All right, tonight, we got some special guests on the show. If you've been following me for a while, you know me and my sister Shamice Lady Jacobs, we do open mics every month. These two brothers showed up one night, man. One of them I've been knowing off and on for about 15 to 20 years. A delight to see him. Him and his partner, man, have been very faithful in what they're doing. Ever since I've seen them, they've been at every single open mic that we have done since I saw them at the first time I met them. I mean, both of them positive brothers, hustlers. They out in the street doing whatever they got to do positively to make money and support themselves and their families. Cut it out. But I want to introduce you all to my man, Hamza Omar, better known as Shell Shock, and my man People's Zadi. What's going on, fellas? How y'all, man?
What's going on, man? We here, man. We above ground, so you know we grateful. Just taking it in stride, man, and we grateful for the opportunity to come on here and give you a little interview and let you know a little bit about where we trying to go at in life, what we trying to do.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all coming on, man. Definitely. Peoples, how you doing, bro?
It's another day to move forward, man. You know, I'm glad that we here amongst each other because our presence is like a gift. You know what gift are? We love gifts. We love, hopefully that, we appreciate, each other, however, but most likely, man, I'm hanging in there. It's all about moving forward. With me taking another step forward, making it happen the best way I know how to. If anything, my name is Mr. Make It Happen, so I'm trying to make it happen the best way I know how to daily. Got to stay on top.
Absolutely, man. Talk to me about how you guys met, Shell Shock. How did you and Peoples meet, bro?
Well, actually, when I came home back in 2004, I had met a little guy up Irvington. It was a guy, I didn't even know the guy, but he was living in the neighborhood, but he was a cool dude.
Man. That was years ago, back in the neighborhood, and
they had I had a little book bag on, and they was doing a cipher rapping, and I came over there, and they was like, "You rap?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I rap, but I don't really freestyle." So I ended up getting in a little freestyle session with him and just spitting a little bit. And then he came, spent the bend, and came around the corner, and that was his homeboy. So he walked up. He was in the streets and everything, man. He looked like Pac, man. He had the bandana on. He had the 40-ounce, man, and walked straight up, man, and introduced me to him. And he was like a little off the chain. Like, he wasn't really, like, approachable. I just, what was going on? He was like, that's my man. He looking, I'm like, he looked like a hothead. And, so we was cool that day, but after that, I seen him, I give him a head nod and just keep it moving. And fast forward, 2019, that was in 2006. That was in 2004 when that happened, or 2006. But fast forward to 2019, I'm working a job, and I run into him and see him and remembered him, but he looked like he didn't changed and everything at that point. Like that was probably damn near close to maybe 15 years from when I had seen him, or 12 years. And he had went to prison, and he had, like, I guess, calmed down a little bit. And I seen him, and he was working in the market, I believe, right? He was working in that market, right? Because I was working construction. We was working construction right there where the market at, and we changed numbers, and I was letting them know that I was rapping, and I was really trying to get versatile, but I was really just a rapper that was just rapping by myself. I never performed and none of that, so I just was trying to change my style up a little bit. And I was telling him I was going through some things and I wanted to make this song. And he was like, "Man, I'm trying to get on that joint." We ended up doing that song, and we probably went down to that half dozen songs now. So it's like from that first song, I sparked the fire, and he sparked the fire, and it ignited, and we started performing, going out of town. We done went from Virginia, DC, Atlanta. We probably went to 10 different cities or something like that. We done went all through the city. I got the clothing brand. You know, this is the Shell Shop. That's my rap name, and this is my first brand right here. It's called On the Rise. I probably had this when y'all used to come in the barbershop.
I think you did, bro. I remember you saying something about that years ago. I think you did.
I started in 2013, but I had only made 12 hats back then. And then by the time 16 came, I started selling the Rise Revolution and On the Rise all through Irvington and through the city. I was jumping them off. But by the time 2019 coming, I met him. I actually turned it into a brand where I had sweatsuits, hoodies, and then I ended up getting all the way to 5 brands. So after the second brand, then came the Let the Hate Motivate brand came. And then in 2022, 23, the Scissor Season brand came. And then the new brand is the one where I'm at right now, and this one's called Time to Elevate. So I mean, I done been through hell and back, just trying to get on, and it's been a long road, and I'm just trying to keep this thing moving, and it's been rocky, man. It ain't just because you.
How did y'all? So I hear that y'all hooked back up when y'all were both working together, right? Peoples, where were you at in life when you first met Hamza? Because it sounds like you was into music even back then. You know what I'm saying? Was music something that you was that you wanted to get into, or rapping, or doing poetry?
Yeah, I was on fire back then, man. I was working on a lot of songs, going to the studio here and there. I was definitely ignited, and it was just I was on fire. So it just throughout time, coming in contact with him. He kind of ignited, sometimes we might be slipping or falling, but in our own way, but coming in contact with certain individuals, however, and they open up their self, their dreams, their visions according to their talent. And by me having what I was having also at the same time, that kind of, allowed me to indulge in, with that indulging in, more energy start to be brought forth. And, words got to be spoken. I'm trying to make something happen. So, things is the things be on a momentum. On the momentum. I was on fire
at that time in your life. You was in the streets at that time. I said you was in the streets at that time, right?
around that time, basically when we secondarily came in contact with each other, when I was
Talking about the
working, I
first
was a
time.
working man at the time.
You talking about
The
the
first
first
time
time?
I was a loose cannon. Yeah, I was a loose
Yeah, he was a
cannon,
loose
man.
cannon, man.
And
When I met him that first time, he was live wire, walking around like might have had a gun on him and everything, and he looked like he was a stone cold maniac. Yeah. And then, like I
it's
said, the
all right
second
though.
time he was working in the market, and I got him a job with me, and we ended up doing 2 songs on the job. That was in
Yeah,
2019
what
to
about it?
21. And then it was just like I could see the transition in him to where I got to asking him questions, and he started telling me he was in prison and all types of stuff happening to him. I'm like, damn, you really was living a thug life. He was really living a thug life, like out in the streets in Atlanta.
Let me ask, I'm gonna ask both of y'all this because Hamza, I know you've been in prison before too. What
Yeah.
what about going inside changed or helped y'all in y'all life?
Going
You got
inside
to
with
face
change and help.
yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta, you gotta.
Sometimes when
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
You
my
first.
situation is quite different, man. I can't count how many times I was dealing with, getting locked up. A lot of times me growing up, I used to get incarcerated so many times, But most likely, man, I don't want to be the man that end up in that type of condition and predicament, and I felt something different inside of myself, getting locked up for too many times where it was just getting worse and worse, coming in contact with too many impossible situations, cases, things of that nature. It was those times where allowed me to really see myself like if I want to go this direction, this is where I'm going to end up. Well, I'm going to end up another place too. So I had to make a decision, man. And with that, with my decision making, I separated with myself from those in the behind the bars, man. I had to show myself change. I had to show myself approved of my own convictions. People test you and things of that nature, but I stand firm, and a lot of people did respect me because I stood firm on my change. So it's really dealing with me. I'm glad I've been locked up as amount of times that I've been, because if I have not been what I've been through, according to incarceration and all of the other hardships that I was going through, who knows where I would be at mentally? Who knows where I'd be at, being where I'm at with my inner man, my inner self, my experience. So the fire taught me a lot, so I become more mature. I become more purified in myself because of what I dealt with. And I'm a wise person, and I don't want I just want the best for myself. So, decisions is made due to those hard times.
Right.
Absolutely. What about you, Hamza? How did it change you in any way?
I kind of felt like it was destined for me to go to jail because I had a death wish and I wasn't even really a bad guy.
Mm,
Like I
I'm
told some people I
changed.
done went, I done told some people I was in jail and they wouldn't believe it. I mean, as I got, if you fast forward, but I done 7 years in prison from '99 to '04, and I had no intentions on breaking law, but I ended up in the streets around drugs and all types of shit, and I wasn't no head busting type of dude. I wasn't really even a good drug dealer when I was, what I'm saying, out there selling drugs. Actually, my first time selling drugs, niggas had to show me what to do because niggas was like, man, we don't even want you holding drugs on you. Like, seriously, like, I was like
Hey,
the worst
you know
drug dealer,
what, Hamza?
man. I was
Bro,
paranoid on the street.
you have not changed, bro. Look, I remember
Right.
you in I think I met you around 96. Me and my brother met you around like 96, 97. And I
You mean
swear, bro.
2006? You
That's
talking about in the barber shop, right?
years in the making.
You met
Yeah,
me in the barber
so
shop.
it was when you came home. Was that when you came home when we first met you, or before you
Yeah,
went in?
I came home in '06 and I came home in '04. I stayed home for 8 months. I had 8 years on my head and I violated, went right back and I wrote a song about it. My first song I made in prison called Shine. And I talk
Well,
about how the knocker was in the fucking bushes with binoculars watching me serve motherfuckers. And I got locked up to LaRonde and he was a crooked cop that ended up locking me up when he first started. He watched me
I
serve
just, I
three,
just,
four
I
people.
just, I just remember you always being real with how you was, like how you just said, niggas had to show me how to do what I was doing. I didn't even know you was always real like that.
Right.
You never was a bullshitter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I was.
What is it like though? Like the difference now, because I know I'm 50 years old. I'm not gonna ask y'all age if you don't want to give that out on screen.
I'm
But
47. I'll be 48 in a couple weeks,
Huh?
6 weeks.
Woo! Tough
what is
numbers over here.
it? But what is the like? I know, social media is involved and it's doing things in our culture and things like that. It's got some of our kids' mind just really crazy. You know what I mean? They see a lot of shit faster than we even did coming up because of this social media thing. But what advice would you give some of these young dudes from both of y'all who I know have been in and out of things in life? What advice would you give some of these young boys that's running around doing some of this craziness, Peoples? What would you say to them, Peoples?
You know what? A lot of people have not grown up with the right environment, so they only do what they know. But most likely, a lot of people have what they haven't. They have a vision with inside of their heart. They know what they're supposed to be doing. They know the right way to go. It's just their surroundings is so much of a it's a challenge for them because you know what will help them to come out of that comfort zone of it's going to take. That's why they used to say it takes a village to raise a child.
Right.
It's going to take us, like as you say, it's going to take us. I mean, every time I'm out here, I'm encouraging people because if they don't see a different way of living, a different way of life to make things more productive and fruitful out of their supposed to be purpose, in which a lot of them do not know. It brings we that's why we saying what we're saying. But they really, a person have to look inside of themselves. They go to sleep every night. Somebody wake up, they have another life to live. Wake up list. One thing we have to be conscious of and be aware of, what we want to be in life 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. Where do you want to be at? Where you see yourself at? In a direction that a person might be going might not lead them there. So we have to really search inside of ourselves and be focused on what we need, what we see in our heart. We got to follow that focus in our heart in a good way, so that we see some good things in ourselves, so we move toward that direction. And that's the best I can say, because most people don't know. They don't know which way to go. They don't have no sense of good direction. They have it in their heart, but who is there to teach them, or say something to them that'll help that light bulb click, that help that light bulb little bit, shine a little bit, so that they can make a certain decision with themselves. It's hard. So the best thing I can say to somebody is look, search inside of your heart, because when you look at your life, if it's not going the way that you want it to go at this moment, okay, where you going to be 5, 10, 15 years from now? Now is the time to really start to ponder what's inside of yourself, and do some research, get among some people who know something that'll help you build your character, your destiny, so your eyes can be open, so you can know which direction to go in life. So
Right.
it's all about what a person's vision. You got to follow your vision. You got to follow what's on your heart, in a good way, and not let your surroundings or any type of situation like that. When we see these things, people, we are aware. We know what's going on in our surroundings. We accept what we got going on. That's the point. So if we learn how to, do some introspection and learn what to say no to and what to say yes to, hopefully it can help us to, make a better decision, to get in a better position in life, because our future matters. Years down the road matters. Some people become more, less fortunate, it's sad to say, but some people, if they take heed to individual that's out there that's trying to, let them know, listen, man, it's something better than what you're dealing with. It's something better than what you're going through. It's something better than what you're seeing. So, wisdom is a good jewel to really um to really grab a hold of. So, I would tell a
That's
person, man, look inside of your heart, find out what you want to do with your life, because it is right there. It's clear to you. It's just a lot of things that's around us, the struggles of life. It blocks that. and we stay stagnated and continue to you do the same thing on a daily basis and continue to get nowhere. So we really got to do some inner introspection, look inside oneself to really see, you know, who we truly is and who we truly are and what we want to be in life.
Absolutely. Shout out to
And
my
that can
sister
help.
Shamise. Shout out to my sister Shamise Lady Jacobs. I appreciate you, sis, for tuning in. Hamza, what would you say to some of these young fellas out here, bro?
Well, I was first. I'm a Muslim. I was born and raised a Muslim. So first, I'm gonna hit you on the spiritual aspect. And in the Quran, it says fear the fire. So first, I'm gonna say fear the fire. And if you don't know nothing about it, read the Quran and get a little familiar with it. Just like in the Bible, it tell you the lake of fire, fear the fire. That's about the best advice I can give you for that. Then I'm gonna tell you, if you can't stand heat, stay the fuck out the kitchen. That's a pop saying, you know what I'm saying? Because when they lock you in these cages and you in these cells, your human rights, that shit is gone. You know, you in cages. You know, once you get in the medium and minimum, it ain't too bad. But when you in the jail and you in that central booking or the correction and all that, it's tough, man. You just suffering. You know, you just sitting around, and I'm to the point of my life, I don't want to be there. I'd rather be in another place than being there. And the third thing I would say is stay in your lane. So everybody got to find out what their lane is. Some people realize that illegal activity ain't for 'em. I'm the type of guy that I could go to jail, but I'm
I
not
know,
going
right?
to jail for selling no drugs. I'm not going to jail for getting pulled over and you planting drugs on me or somebody putting their shit on me or even my own shit because the last time I got locked up by mistake for 3 weeks. And that 3 weeks over there, and I was an innocent man, was enough for me to know that I don't even want to deal with no illegal activity. But every day you break the law when you out here, because if you run a red light, you broke the law. If you speed too fast and you go over 20 miles, you really technically broke the law. Or if you got to put that gun on somebody because they out of order, you broke the law. If you don't have a licensed gun to carry, so you still can break the law, but you always got to weigh the options on things. And you got to always look at the crystal ball and know that whatever you choose to do, that you justified. So if you out here breaking law, that's your choice. That's between you and God. And you better know that whatever you put yourself in, you got to have a way out of it. So I just choose not to, you know what I'm saying, put myself in that narcotics. It ain't for me. And I'm going
You
to protect
mentioned
myself at all times.
right. You mentioned Muslim being Muslim when part of your spirituality. Is that how you are able to stay so strong throughout the years? I remember, bro, 20
Don't
years
talk about
ago,
it.
right? I remember 20 years ago being at the shop that I used to go get my hair cut at or whatever, right? And I'm out there smoking a little bit, and you would come by and we start talking, and you would be telling me and my brother stories about shit that you was dealing with throughout the day or throughout the week. And I used to be like, God damn, like, you know what I'm saying? How, and even back then, but how have you stayed so grounded? Like, is that part of your spirituality making you be able to stay grounded like that to deal with everything that you dealt with throughout your life?
Yeah, because if I don't, I'm like this, you know. I mean, when you read in the Bible the stories of Job and Jesus and all these great prophets, they had more problems than we could dream of. So I might be dealing with a lot of problems back then, even to now, that you probably wouldn't even imagine. But it's my faith of a mustard seed that keeps me going. Like I don't drink, I don't smoke, or do none of that stuff now by force. But some people do it by choice. So it's like I stopped by choice. But if I tried to do that stuff, I'd be like a volcano. I'd be like a volcano erupting. So it's like I ain't got a cold chance in hell of surviving by any type of narcotics or intoxicant. So I just, you know, I walk with faith like Christ or Moses or Jesus. I mean, Moses, Jesus, Aaron, all them great men. And it's just a one day at a time thing for me.
Absolutely.
And we
Now,
definitely.
I want to ask both of y'all this, right? What does your art and music and things like that, how does that help y'all? Because I always say poetry, my poetry is my therapy. That's how I'm able to deal with a lot of shit. Just being able to get up there and just give it right from my heart, how I feel, whichever piece I'm doing, and just go in on it. What is it like for y'all to be able to perform or get that um artistic itch off your chest? You know what I mean, Hamza? What is that like for you?
It's the truth setting me free. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth setting me free. It's going to be discovered because it's time for it to be discovered. And for years, I felt like I never knew how it was going to be discovered. And everything that I went through got me to where I'm at now. And it's just really ready to fly at the age I am in my life. When they say that it can't happen at this age, when I know that it's going to happen. Because if it don't happen, I got a confirmation where I say, let me fly, give me death. So if it don't happen, it ain't nothing, ain't even no reason to be here. Because I already know my calling and I know my purpose. Well, that's what I believe. So, it's definitely every time I go in that booth, or every time I pick that pen up, or every time I'm going through a hard moment, I know that I can be guided through whatever I'm going through with the word. And when you spitting real stuff, you're gonna capture people. People want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gotta rap about what the world rapping about lust and females and this and that. That's their story. My story is totally the opposite. Don't get it twisted. I love women just like everybody else. But you know what I'm saying? But I'm just keeping it 100, That shit look cute. That shit look cute, but that shit ain't gonna get me through what I'm going through. And I'm gonna try to guide people with the truth. Like X did,
Right. Peoples, how about you, bro? What is it? Is it therapeutic for you to get your shit off or artistically?
You know what? Everything is a growing process. I love to to do these things amongst people because everything that we do is supposed to be a gifting for the people. What we express, what we say is supposed to be something that we have to give somebody. So you know um laying that question is like some things that we have at the moment, it seem not to be there as of yet, but it's a growing process. And the thing that really triggers me is that I'm able to express myself. I'm able to, if I allow myself to express something that I got to give, I better be confident with doing that, or bringing that into disclosure. I better be confident because it's something that I feel as though that it's somebody, I'm working on a better me. So better me means better music. So whatever people hear now is only the small side of what the big and greater thing that I got going on with the side of me that I'm working to bring out. So I love to, it's something that I like to do, something that gives me joy. It brings me joy. It's an interest of mine. If I don't fulfill certain interests, it's like life will feel empty. It'll feel I'm not fulfilling things that
Right.
makes me keep moving forward. So we have what we have inside, but we ain't doing what we know that makes us happy. We ain't fulfilling
Right.
our interests in life and things of that nature. We feel empty. But I feel as though also that's part of me, who I am. Music is created in me. That's what I'm supposed to express. If that is something, if I was a painter, like to paint on, with paint, or like to draw, that person have that type of fulfilling. So there's a joy that comes with just knowing that I have something, as I'm working on, not only for myself but also to work on, because music is supposed to be an instrument of of, it could be an instrument from any direction. It could be an instrument of healing, soothing, or get a person up, get a person. It could be any type of direction. But music is a beautiful thing that we all that we all kind of have an experience off of. So personally with me, man, I love to do what I do, and it's part of who I am. And when I do it, it allows me to have a greater vision, for I know I could do better than this. I know next thing that I do is going to be better than what I've done before. So it keeps me on a on a path of, look, it's time to continue to grow and grow and build and build. Take what comes with just doing what have been done. Take the good and the bad, but it's all about growing and maturing in these stages of doing what I do. And it's something that helps me to be, I love it, because when I do it one time, you get other people at, from the outside looking in, you get their insights or their knowledge or whatever they see, whatever they express towards what they have heard or see. It's a beautiful thing. We grow through that. We grow through, through all that we experience. Me personally, with it's a good feeling for me. It's a good thing. I find joy. I feel as though, look, let me make something better. Let me do something better. Let me do something different. So that kind of keep me open minded. So it's like a joy to me because it's part of who I am and what I like to do.
I feel like it's something you said. It's something you said that stuck out, and it made me think about. I feel like I don't know who I was talking to over the last year or so about this, but we were discussing it. And when you do something that you love to do, whether it's art or whatever, if you're not tapping into it a little bit each day or at least each week, a part of you is dying when you're not tapping into what gives you life. You feel me? Like when I sit down and start to write some stuff, and I don't do it every day, and I'm trying to get back to trying to write at least a little something every single day, because I truly feel like when I don't stay tapped into what I love to do artistically, a piece of me is just chipping away because I'm not releasing. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about some of the music. Talk to me about some of the music that y'all got, that y'all did together, Hamza. How many y'all know how many singles or songs y'all did together?
We got 3 we working on still, and we got 3 done. We got One of These Mornings. We got a song called One of These Mornings over Patti LaBelle song. Well, over Patti LaBelle track. And we got a joint called Pain over the pop beat Pain. We destroyed that beat.
Yeah, that's a hot one. That's a hot
one. Y'all
like
performed that at the open mic, right?
Yeah. No, we didn't do that. We didn't do that one there. Did we?
One time I remember y'all doing. I think you may have did it by yourself then, because I remember one of y'all, if not both of y'all, doing it.
No, they didn't let us do it. They ain't let us do it. Y'all ain't let us do it. We did the Pain song. We probably done that song about 50 times, all through different cities and everything. But we did the Eminem joint, Talking to Myself. And we did that one too, but we didn't do that there. The one we did there, we didn't do none of our songs together there because we did solo joints. I did the Champ song. And I did a well, matter of fact, we might have did do a song together. We did do Pain together.
I remember people's performing, definitely. I definitely remember.
Hey, people, man, you did Pain there, didn't we? Yeah, we did Pain. Yeah, we did Pain. Yeah, we did Pain. I'm sorry.
Probably the first song we probably did together.
Y'all's chemistry though, bro, is crazy, right? Because being as though y'all knew each other years ago and then y'all reconnecting, what is it like to be doing something with somebody who's just as serious as you are? It's no bullshit. You know what I mean? Everybody's got the same goal. You both got the same goal in mind or whatever. Yeah. Y'all travel together. What is that like to be able to have somebody to share that same passion with, bro? Brothers.
It's like a brotherhood. It's like
no doubt about it.
It's like, I've been dealing with mental health myself, I've been dealing with it, and you might don't know it, but I've been dealing with mental health for probably my whole life. I'm just a strong person, and when you run into somebody like him, we both strong people. So it's like when we put that music together, we get on the topic and we try to stay on the course or the thing that we going through, and that's what helped inspire us and motivate people because we might be telling you about some stuff we going through, but they might be going through it while they listening to it. And then we got this radio station I want to turn you on to, John. It's called Brutally Honest Rap Show. My homeboy, he live in Atlanta. He from Baltimore. He from up in the neighborhood, but he moved to Atlanta, and he's got a radio station. And me and him done been on there for the last 3 years, and we done been on there with famous people. We done been on there with Lil Flip. I played a song on there. He asked me to send him my song. He liked it so much. So we got some connects, and he probably will send you on there and let you do an interview with him, or you can interview him. You can come right on the show with us. We've been on there once a week. We've been on there for 3 years, man. We got Ghostface songs been on there. New York rappers, plenty of them came on there, and they play their music. So it's like they all around, but they definitely they judge the music, and even if you're a producer, but being on a strength, he would put you on there. You could check out the music. You might want to tell him about your podcast. He might send some of the rappers to come on your podcast, and they might want to do a show or something with you. So it's like both of y'all can look out for each other.
Yeah, definitely, man. Me and you gotta, you can send me some information on that. Sorry about the background. My two dogs down here making noise, y'all. But yeah, you gotta send me some information on that, Hamza. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he definitely.
What's y'all plans in the future, man? What y'all got anything coming up? Any shows you getting ready to do?
Well, I have. Oh yeah, you go first. You gonna go first?
Nah, go ahead, man. Go ahead, continue.
Well,
This is something that you got going on right now. Go ahead.
I got the documentary I've been shooting for about 6 months. It's done. We just editing it, so it's probably gonna be over an hour, at least an hour long, right around that time. I did one about 18 months ago called Scissor Season, and it was pretty good. I got over 1,000 views, but I feel like this one. I feel like I can shoot the Mars with this one, you know what I'm saying? And this is just like my introduction to me putting these videos out because I'm dropping them as I get them now. And I'm gonna do the flagging video in June. Already ready to shoot it. I just got a video treat, a few things, and I got at least 3 songs and videos coming out on. And as far as how it's gonna happen, I can't tell you how it's gonna happen. It's just like Jada Kissy said, if I knew the formula, I would tell you. But it ain't really no formula. It's just you just gotta figure it out. So it's like you trying to figure out trigonometry or algebra, but I know that it's gonna happen. And when it does happen, then I can give some insight on how it's gonna happen. But I'm guaranteeing it's gonna happen. As long as I'm in the physical flesh.
Bro, the mindset. Yeah. That's all part of it right there. Definitely. Peoples, what about you, bro? What you got coming up, bro?
You know what, man? I got a different side of me coming out very soon, man. It's about when I look at the side of me that is that's going through the transition. Some things is something is cultivating from me with the transition that I'm dealing with in life. Everybody's life is a little different. Everybody got their own sandals to walk in, their own shoes to walk in. But right now, slowly for sure, on a slow pace right now, I'm definitely working on some songs, man. Taking my time and not putting into no rush. I gotta make sure that, it just, I wanna produce greater sounds, from a greater part of me, a different side of me and whatnot. I am working on something, and hopefully sooner than later, man. That because a lot of people love to hear what I got going on, and they want to hear, what he got, what's going on with him. So if I can give something, it's very building and uplifting. So I got something that a couple of songs, maybe about good 2 of them right now that it's away from the hood music that we all love to listen to that sounds good. But I believe that I have a side of myself where I'm going through a transition, a change where if I want change, I gotta present that. I have to I have to put that in my music instead of just talking about it. When people hear me, what if they hear from me, and then when they see me personally, is it the same way, or is it a contradiction? So I'm finding some grounds of purity in myself where I can make music to, just stay on one. I love to be challenged, but I just wanna. It's a spiritual side of me that I love. That I know that it's like it gets deeper and deeper as I grow and mature more, and gain more strength, gain more wisdom throughout my days. Music become more interesting and more better. So, whatever I'm working on so that I can feel, more excited for the next thing that I would love to do even after that. So it's
But
it's,
where
it's a
I'm
journey,
going
man.
at,
It's a journey.
but where I'm
Mhm.
going at, I feel like ain't no doubt about it. The door's open for him where I'm going at, because I'm kicking the door in. And anybody that I'm rocking with, and really I ain't rocking with too many motherfuckers. And this the only person I'm rocking with the rap shit, because he the only one that I done songs with.
Mhm.
Now I'll come back, and if I choose to show somebody love, hey, that's just the type of guy I am. But this guy here, he opened the door for me just to be able to show the versatility that I got. So I ain't gonna turn my back
I
on him.
love
So
over here,
I'm a, I'm
I
a, I'm gonna
love.
get my foot in the door. And like he in the documentary that I'm in, he in 3 different scenes of it. So we act too. So
Mhm.
we act too. So we really like great open up a lane. We great open up a lane with this stuff. And then once I get, like I said, once the foot is in the door, I already know his penmanship. He up there with, to me, like a baby pop with it.
Mm.
He like that nice with that pen, and it don't take him long to figure it out. It's just once he got his finances finally in a better position and all that, then he can just focus strictly on getting a good 6 tracks or something done and some videos done, and then he could probably blow. He could probably blow, but he'll blow just on the strength of me if this what I'm trying to do happen. But I just take one day at a time, man, and just believe that it's gonna happen. Something
That's
gonna
right.
happen.
That's all part of it, bro. That
Did that.
mindset. But I love the way y'all rock with each other, though, man. Every time over the past couple weeks, Hamza, when I was hitting you up, you'd be like, "Yeah, let me hit my man, make sure he's straight. Make
Well,
sure the times and the
Yeah,
dates link
love.
up, and this that, and the other."
Yeah,
And I really love that, man. How y'all stick together and do what y'all doing. You know what I mean? I really do. It's inspiring, and I think a lot more of us do stuff like that, man. A lot of us we could knock down a whole bunch of doors and we be unstoppable, man.
and we go through
Tell
this
the
whole
people
city
how we
like
can,
this.
yeah, man. Tell the people how we can follow you, peoples, and keep up with you.
People's Zedok. That's all you gotta know. People's Zedok. It's a long story behind. But most likely, holla at your man. People's Zedok. However, you follow Omar, you'll follow me. You'll see me behind.
He
So it's a
said,
lot.
where
You
to
want to get
find?
the
He talking about
spelling?
what's your Instagram? He said,
That's
what's
what
your
I'm saying.
Instagram?
People Zedok. I'm trying to let you
So,
know now. So
so get,
most
spell it
likely, if
out
I gotta
for him.
spell it out, I'll spell it out
Yeah,
for him
spell it
because
out.
most people need that hearing.
Yeah, spell it
Right?
out for us, bro.
Got it,
Spell it
man.
out.
Peoples, man. As you would call yourself, peoples among peoples. Peoples, regular spelling, regular pronunciation. With Zedok, Zadok. Peoples, Zedok. You'll see me on there. I'm just brighter than the light, so you can't miss me. So you'll see who I am. Kind of follow up on me. It's not a consistent daily thing, but things is there when it do touch bases. So I'm right there.
Right.
Just keep in contact with me as much as you can, and most likely holler at your man Show Shock too as well. That's my boy. He doing a
Yeah,
lot of things. He got a lot of content. He got more than
I'm,
a lot of content. He got more than a
I'm,
lot of play that he's
I'm,
producing out there. So he
I'm
definitely gets
shell
some clout
shocked.
too as well.
I'm shell shocked. SH shell shocked, just like shell shocked in the military. So shell shock 0378 on Instagram. and then on Facebook, Rise Revolution. That's one of my clothing brands. It's called Rise RISE. Then you got Revolution, and it's gonna say Hamza Omar, just like you see on the screen, Hamza Omar. So once you punch up the Rise Revolution on Facebook, it's gonna say Rise Revolution. Follow me on both of them. I'm on YouTube too. I don't go on there a lot, but I'm about to start. But I think I'm Shell Shock on there too. I should be Shell Shock. It should say Shell Shock or Hamza Omar, but I should be Shell Shock. Maybe even the 0378. But if it don't come up with Shell Shock, put the 0378 on there. And I'm on TikTok too, the same thing. Shell Shock. I think it's Shell Shock 0378. I do a lot of them videos and AI videos and rapping in the car, and I've just been trying to paint a picture and lead you. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, if I'm around, expect me like you expect Jesus, because I'm coming. You know? and I'm being humble, but I'm just telling how I feel in my soul. I feel like something got to give, and it ain't got to be no bad thing. That something got to give, because I ain't gonna do nothing that's gonna send me to jail to get what I'm trying to get. But I'm just going that much harder with my craft, because I'm gonna go against the odds. That's the only way we're gonna be able to make it. Especially when nobody's gonna give you. You ain't getting no handouts around here. You can have
no handout.
Definitely not. Nobody gonna give you shit. You know that. So you got to get it. But look, man, I appreciate y'all for coming on. This will not be the last time you come on my show, man. I really appreciate y'all brothers for coming on. I appreciate y'all for coming out to the open mic. Shout out to my sister Shamice Lady Jacobs. We finalizing. We finalizing a venue right now so we can start the open mics again. So shout out to everybody that's been coming out, supporting us and that. I really appreciate you guys. Peoples, Shell Shock, I appreciate y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Keep following y'all. I'm gonna hit y'all up periodically just to touch bases with y'all for real, honestly. And I would like to bring y'all back on the show, not just to talk about your art, but throughout the year, we're going to be cultivating some shows behind mental health and stuff like that, especially about us as black men, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna definitely be hitting both of y'all up when that time comes. But you want to be blessed, you must bless somebody else. Only thing I want to say to everybody out there: go to work and do your fucking job and shut up. That's it. Go to work and do your job. Shout out to my
heat. Stay the fuck out the kitchen.
That's right. You better stay out the kitchen, because it's definitely hot. Shout out to Tanisha Hinton for checking us
might
out.
Be more speedy than yours, so you stay in your lane. You don't want to get hit.
Got that right.
Stand up, bro. Literally, you have to, man. Go ahead, continue on, sir. It's on you.
Yeah, you definitely got to be safe out here. Hey, I appreciate y'all for coming on, man. I got to stay in touch with y'all. I'm going to send y'all this interview so y'all can share it as much as you want on all of your platforms.
My man.
This is People Zaduk and my man Hamza Shell Shock, and People's Zaduk. Y'all be safe out here, brothers. I get with y'all, man.
All right, peace.
All right, you want to be blessed? You must bless somebody else. Y'all have a great night.
Bless, man. Peace.
All right, thank you, fellas.
All right.
Just wanted to let you know that the host of this show appreciates the time that you've spent with them. Now, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with everything that we're doing. And most of all, thank you for tuning in to What Up Baltimore online radio, where the people have the power.